It looks like it's working. I will not be able to monitor stream Twitch chat from this setup. So if someone wants to do that too, that would be great.
Yeah, I've got it. I've got your chat up on my screen.
Okay, great. So hello everybody, and welcome to Adventure on So Many Levels. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I'm the Dungeon Master. We're gonna be playing some Dungeons and Dragons.
Yay!
So, if you have not been following my other social media presence, I am in Korea right now. And so for me, it is not Friday night, it is Saturday morning, because I'm in the future. And that is why the presentation here is a little bit different than I would normally have it. It's also the reason my camera is dimmed is because it's darker in the future, just a heads up.
I've had that suspicion for a long time.
Yeah. Also, a lot more kimchi than I expected. In any event, tonight / today, we are going to just run a one-shot. We're going to be playing some of the beginning of the newest Wizards of the Coast module, Waterdeep, Dungeon of the Mad Mage. And so we're going to go ahead and get started as soon as I introduce our players, and we'll have them introduce their characters here in just a moment. First, Lee Burdett.
Hello! I am revisiting my love of tieflings with Lucre, the tiefling fighter.
All right.
She is named Lucre because she loves money. Her eyes are gold. Her horns and skin are variations of gray to black. So if she was walking around naked, she would probably blend into the shadows pretty well, but she wears very flashy red jacket over her chainmail so that everyone can see her coming. She's not embarrassed by much, but she is very much in this adventure for the money.
Nice. So, I did say we were going to introduce characters in a minute, but that's fine. So we'll go ahead and do that now.
I'm sorry.
No.
You said something
okay.
and I ran with it.
You were excited to introduce your character, and I love that. Next up, Nobilis Reed.
Hello. I'll be playing Reel, who is a human sorcerer who specializes in getting all up in your business. He's been the kind of person you hire when you want things to go badly for someone. Not an assassin, really. I mean, he doesn't actually try not to kill people. He just wants to give them a really bad day. But come to think of it, a lot of the time people do end up bleeding, so maybe not, I don't know. Anyways, he tries not to kill people because that tends to cause, make enemies. But sometimes you get the dragon, sometimes the dragon gets you. So this contract went just a little teensy bit wrong, and he wound up in front of a magistrate. Luckily, he has some friends in high places. They got him out of the pokey, but he kind of had to promise to take up a new line of work. And since adventurers get to hit things for money, I figured that would be a pretty good, sideways lateral move that would not involve, having to learn a whole bunch of new skills. That gets boring after a while. So, nobody really bothers you if you slap a few goblins around, especially if they're down in a hole in the ground. So,
nice.
So that's Real.
All right. And Vivid Muse.
Hi, y'all. So, Dammit is my drow cleric. She was born in a family that, of course, worshipped Loth, the Spider Queen. As a young drow child, she had a stupid traditional name that they just abandoned for the word that she loved to say most, which was Dammit. When she was a teenager, she dreamt that she was bitten by spiders and was abandoned by her family, and feeling nervous and scared, she went to them and said, "Oh my gosh, I had this bad dream." And they said, "Oh," and they put her through all kinds of tests to see if Loth actually wanted her to be in the religion. And she just basically said, "I'm out, peace, I'm gone, I don't want anything to do with this," and gave up the whole religion. She went out on her own. She ended up joining the City Watch, because as a drow, she's excellent in dark places, so she can do a lot of investigative work down there for criminal or demonic activity. She made some tight bonds with the people in her little squad, and during an investigation for a counterfeit magical component ring in the sewers, there was an explosion and they all disappeared, leaving her behind. They were probably banished, but she'll never know. She quit the watch when they did nothing to try and help them and bring them back, deciding, "F it, nobody cares. I'm not going to care anymore either." And so she just goes out now. She took up actually worshiping Lathander. That's the person her deity that she worships now, purely out of spite, because it would piss her family off. They hate him. They hate him. Hate. Male, sun, morning. They like women, dark, underground. They hate him. So that's her deity, and she's pissed all the time. It's great.
I am in love with all three of these characters already. I'm going to give you a branch point for your backstory, damn it. Just for an extra bit of world building detail. There are two possible organizations that might have been responsible for that counterfeiting ring.
Ooh.
Do you want it to be, absent any other context, the Xanathar Guild or the Zentarum? It can be either, whichever you prefer, but which one it is might matter.
I like the second sounding one.
The Zentarum.
It sounds cooler. Zentarum, yeah.
Okay. You would know also that those two organizations, both organized crime, hate each other.
Nice.
All right.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, I figure Real has some contacts with the Xanathar's Guild.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's yeah.
Sure. Both organizations have their fingers in a lot of pies, so to speak.
Tentacles. And I stopped.
All right. So, we begin following a night of drunken revelry at the Yawning Portal Tavern. For adventurers in Waterdeep, Yawning Portal is the place to go because it is literally built around a well that descends into one of the most infamous dungeons in all of history. The tavern was built by a guy named Durnan, who went down into the dungeon and came up with enough treasure to make him super rich, and also apparently long-lived, because that happened like 200 years ago. And he's still the bartender. And he is human, apparently, but also does not seem to be aging much. He still looks like he's kind of in his mid-40s. Mm. But despite having come up out of the dungeon with a lot of money, he nonetheless still felt some sort of a draw to the dungeon. And so that's why he set up this tavern to sort of stay near it and to charge foolhardy adventurers 1 gold apiece to be lowered on a rope down the 140-foot well into the dungeon of Undermountain. Now, the three of you had each come to this tavern tonight for your own reasons, but you ended up bumping into each other and buying each other a round of drinks and having kind of a lot of fun. And at some point in the evening, after several rounds, it seemed like a great idea for the three of you to pony up the gold and go down into Undermountain tonight. And it was an awesome idea. And since then, you are now, it took a little while to just get your stuff together and get organized. And then as you are actually being lowered down on this rope and lowered and lowered and lowered into this 140-foot deep, dark well on a rope with everybody up in the tavern still placing bets on how long you'll last. The alcohol's starting to wear off a little bit. And maybe you guys tell me how excited you still are about this plan.
Well, this whole thing was Real's idea. This was all Real's idea. Because this was like, hitting people up in the tavern gets you in trouble. Hitting people down here, everybody loves it. So that's why he's going.
Lucre still thinks this is a wonderful idea. Why are you going so slow? I'm going to start climbing down on my own if you don't go faster.
No, hey, you are welcome to do that. How about you, damn it?
Damn it, I'm out of wine. Who has wine?
Right.
Anyone?
Damn it wants to know how much to send down a couple more flagons.
All the flagons.
Durnan yells down, same price as if you're up at the bar, but you'll have to catch it.
Throw me one.
Is that going to be it?
Send up the gold in a bucket first.
And then...
And by the way, as you're getting lower and lower, this is, it's echoing down. It's like, gold in a bucket first.
Damn it, here's the word bucket, and she just starts laughing, and she can't stop laughing to explain why she's laughing, but she's laughing and forgets about the wine.
All right. So who is actually like first down the rope?
Oh, definitely Real.
Okay.
Yeah, and while he's on his way down, he's going to cast Mage Armor. So
all right.
he's gung ho, but he's not stupid.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. And okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say Lucre is definitely second.
All right. So typically, the way they do it is that, the rope is long enough to go all the way down. And what they will do for people is use like a big pulley to lower them down so they don't have to climb down if they want. But if you guys are just all aboard to just climb down one after another so you stay together instead of waiting a full minute for it to each person to come down individually, how are you guys handling that aspect of it?
Well, I mean, we can't one person grab the rope, goes down a ways, the next person grab the rope. It can't handle that load.
No, it can hold the load fine. That's not the load.
So I'll grab the rope first, and after I've gone down 10 feet or so, somebody grabs the rope up above me.
Yeah, that's fine. They are able to lower someone down without them having to climb down. Mm-hmm. And so that's that. But so if you guys have all kind of gotten aboard, they're lowering you down. You have each paid your gold piece, knowing as you paid it that it would be another gold piece put in the bucket in advance to come back up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case there's any question, Real's going to prepay that because you never know what you might lose while you're out adventuring. Yep. So
that earns a nod from Durnan.
Yeah. Lucre's kind of don't want to give somebody else my gold pieces, but that actually sounds like a pretty good idea, so I'll prepay too.
Damn, it's not prepaying.
All right.
She doesn't care. It'll be what it'll be.
Yeah. Okay. So all of you are lowered down and down and down through this deep well, and it is dark enough down there, and there are no sources of light down there, that it is complete darkness by the time you get to the bottom. Now, as a drow, Dammit has extremely good dark vision. As a tiefling, Lucre also has regular dark vision. Mm-hmm. But Real, as a human, what are you doing for light?
I'm going to cast a light spell.
All right.
I'm going to
Casting
cast
it on.
I think I'm just going to cast it on like a buckle on my chest.
Okay.
So
So you got one of those nifty like flashlights that goes in a breast pocket sort of thing,
yeah, that kind of
sort of
thing.
deal.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
then if I need to extinguish it, I can just pull my cloak over it. And, yeah.
Great. Okay. As you each descend into the well and reach the bottom, your feet touch down onto a stone floor with a thin layer of sand covering it. As you glance around, you are in approximately a 40-foot square room with the only apparent exit being a tunnel that leads south before bending to the west. And all around all of the walls, dented, rusty shields adorn the walls, and they are covered with graffiti of various origins. So as you touch down, that's what is immediately obvious. What do you do?
Take a look at the graffiti for one.
Oh
Take
yeah.
a look around at the room.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Okay. 14.
14. Okay. So you notice that these shields on the wall are extremely rusted, and you suspect if you were to like they would take absolutely no abuse before crumbling into pieces. They're only hanging there out of just sheer force of habit, and and the graffiti adorning them is like, you know how when you go backstage at a rock club and
Yes.
there's been generations worth of everybody adding their own thing on top of each other? That's what this stuff is like. So in general, unless you're looking for any specific type of graffiti, right now it presents itself as just a incomprehensible mess.
Okay. And damn it, I don't have a pen. Damn it, do you have a pen?
No, I don't have a pen. Do I look like I have a pen?
You never know unless you ask.
Damn it.
What would you write there, anyways? We don't have a name or anything.
Well, I could write my name.
That's true.
Write my name across the history of this cavern of people who have come here and probably either died or were horribly mutilated.
Well, let's have a look down this way, and we'll look to the south.
All right. So the tunnel extends about 30 feet in the southern direction. It emerges from the southwest corner of the room here, and before it turns to the right, heading west. It's about a 10-foot wide tunnel with about a 10-foot ceiling.
Okay.
It is stone walls here. This is definitely a dungeon, not a cave.
And the room we were leaving was 40 by 40.
Yes.
Okay. And so we'll head down to the corner and look around the corner.
All right. Are you moving stealthily?
Well, we got a priest here in full plate armor, right?
You do.
So, yeah, I'm gonna go up to the corner and peek around the edge sneakily and kind of
Okay.
leave them a little behind me there.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
Oh, wonderful! I got a 9.
A 9. Okay. Yep. You are being very quiet, you think.
Okay.
So you go around and you peek around the corner, and you see around that first corner that the tunnel extends another 50 feet or so before turning right again. but you can see that just after it turns right, it seems to be another room there. So you can't
Okay.
see into the room here. You can just see that at the end of this tunnel is the entrance to a room.
Okay. All right. So I'll motion to the others and start down that corridor. Again, moving quietly.
Okay. Make a perception check as you are approaching that room.
Okay. Oh, natural 20. I got a 23.
Nice. You hear, as you are approaching that room, the sound of footsteps, at least 2 sets, moving away.
Okay. I'm going to creep. Well, actually, my light's probably going to give it away. So, I will just motion to the folks behind me. Just point to the room and hold up 2 fingers to say 2 in there, and motion them forward to join me.
Okay. Anyone doing anything else? I'd say, unless you have some other specific trick you're going to do, you peer around the corner, and what you see is a long room that is about 20 feet wide and about 80 feet long. And then at the far end, there are stairs that descend into another bigger room. But also along each wall of this room, you see bas reliefs, or is it bas reliefs? I never know on that one. Bas reliefs, I think. Every 10-foot section of wall has a 9-foot high, 4-foot wide, 3-inch deep door-shaped recess containing a bas relief carving of a demon. Each one is a different kind of demon. So lots of different kinds of demons. So there's a whole bunch of these. It's like 6 total of them, and also on the floor of the room, approximately like towards the end of the room near the stairs, you see a skeleton laying on the floor. And right now you're still sort of 60 feet away, so you can't really make out much more than that.
Yeah. And my light spells only allows me to see about 40 feet anyway.
Okay, is it like 20 feet and then 20 feet dim, or? Okay, so
Yeah.
you probably only just barely make out the what look maybe a skeleton on the floor.
Yeah. Yep, it's 20 feet bright light, 20 feet dim.
Okay, so we'll say you just see it at the edge of what you can see.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I will continue in. Those demon bas reliefs, are those all on one side? Are they facing on sides?
3 on each side,
3 on each
opposite
side.
each other. So 3
Okay.
deep, and they're at even levels. So like it's
Okay.
each three pairs facing each other, spaced along the hallway.
All right.
Okay.
I will go up to the first one on the right and inspect it.
Okay.
Look for anything that might be a hole or a button or
So
anything like that.
this first one that you have seen, and hang on, I'm going to adjust something really quick just because otherwise there's going to be a message that will keep showing up over everybody's faces. Yeah, so let me, this will take a moment to fix. I'm sorry, everyone, but it will be worth it to not have that happen anymore. Okay. Oh, actually, what I want is this, I think. Yeah, there we go. Sorry. Yeah, the first of the demon carvings is a Balor, which are pretty impressive looking, demons. And they're definitely tough ones to, you wouldn't want to fight one at level 5, that's for sure.
That's, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I will tell you more about what you find. Did you roll the check? So make a perception check of examining The carving?
That is a 16.
Okay. So what you see on this particular carving is that it was at one point an excellent representation, meaning the skill of the carver was high. But nonetheless, it has been. Why is this not working like that? I'm almost done fixing it. There we go. There we go. Okay. But it is also old. It is been well worn, and you suspect that it has been occasionally vandalized by one of the many adventurers who have passed through here over the years. You don't detect any other things of note about it.
Okay, well, it looks safe enough, so I guess we'll keep on going down this wide corridor.
So
towards those stairs.
As you're getting a little closer to this skeleton, you all make out that it is a kinku skeleton. Kinku are bird-like humanoids, and so you definitely can make out the beak. And this skeleton lies on the floor, and one of its thin, bony arms is pointing towards the bas-relief that is the third one on the left south wall, and which is a Nalfishni demon, which kind of looks like a big, fat sort of gorilla with a boar's head and tiny wings.
Well, I'm going to look over that one then.
Okay. Go ahead and do another perception check.
Okay.
Are you looking, or are you like poking and prodding as well?
I'm just looking at first, anyways.
Okay.
I got a 7.
Okay. It's similar to the other one in its representation of a different demon.
What do you think, guys? I mean, it seems to me that this is like Grand Central Adventurer Station here. We're not going to see. I mean,
there's not going to be too much here.
Yeah. So I'm just looking for something to hit.
So. I mean, as far as treasures go, this place has probably been picked over completely by now.
Yeah, I was figuring we're gonna have to travel some in order to find something interesting.
Yeah, to be sure, anything that you're going to find this early would likely either be left behind by someone who got themselves killed, or it would be so difficult to find that the average adventurer would not find it.
Right. So let's just go on down those stairs.
All right.
Yep.
As you proceed into the next room down those stairs, what you see is, where does it? Is a room with a number of pillars in it. This room is slightly shaped a little bit like sort of like a diamond shape, like the gem diamond. So sort of faceted on the top, and then narrowing down to the lower point being where you're coming down the stairs. And there are a number of pillars in the room, and some of these rooms don't have like printed text descriptors, so I don't always just have a paragraph to read or anything. But what you also see as you are looking in, the pillars do not go all the way to the ceiling. There's a top of them, although it is pretty high. No, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. It does go up to the top, but The northernmost pillar, which is kind of over to your right in this room, has the skeleton of a giant constrictor snake coiled up around the top half of that pillar. And then as you look into this room, there are 3 more exits that also go upstairs. So the floor of this room is lower than where you started, and
Right.
on each exit it goes back up to the same level.
Which directions to those are those north?
There is a
northwest and east?
northwest and south. So you are coming from the east.
Coming from the east. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the room you were passing along with the I guess I didn't clarify. If you're making a map, I'll try to be more specific. So the room with the demons proceeded east to west.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that. Especially
Okay,
if you're
well-
making your own map.
Yeah.
Because I
I just kind of
have a map,
just trying to
see?
keep track. Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm just trying to keep track here.
No, that's
alright.
good. That's good.
So
So there are exits north.
Now it's
North, south, and west. You came in from the
Okay.
east. The only other thing that you spot in the room is the words "certain death this way" are carved in common on the southeast wall with an arrow pointing towards the southern exit.
well. What do you think, guys? Death or not death?
Death.
Yeah, I vote death.
Okay, death it is.
Okay. You proceed through to the southern exit.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So as you go back up those stairs, which ascend just 10 feet or so, there is a long, dark corridor tunnel that goes off as far as you can see, real, but it's not as far as Dammit can see. It runs about 100 feet before turning to the right. So it is proceeding south and then turning to the west.
Okay. Since you can see so much better, why don't you go first? Damn it.
Sure.
She proceeds clanking down the hall.
Clank,
Yes.
clank, clank.
Are you making any attempt to be stealthy, damn it?
Doesn't seem like me. I have chainmail armor, actually.
Okay. Well, I think
That makes
still,
any difference.
I think it's still a
gonna be loud
disadvantage.
AF. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna be like yelling or nothing, but I'm still kind of drunk.
Well, so it's up to you tell me. So if you want to make a stealth check, you can. Otherwise, we can assume you're just making your way.
I'll stealth it.
All right, go ahead and make a stealth
for-
check.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Disadvantage. So that would be 14.
Okay. So you make your way down the tunnel, and what you find just around that corner is once the tunnel turns to the west, it only goes 20 feet or so before turning to the south again. But just around the corner, you find the body of a goblin who is dead, having had their skull crushed in by something.
Oh, fun.
Damn.
It.
Maybe some kind of trap. Look around to see if you can find a trap.
So I'm gonna look around and
for-
see if I can find a trap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make
we're gonna-
a perception or investigation check because I think they apply for different reasons. We've had this
Yeah.
discussion before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So perception
Yeah.
check, you're looking for anything that's off. Investigation
Yeah.
would be you are looking for places you might expect there to be a trap in this location.
Yeah.
7.
Okay. Yeah, you don't.
Investigation 24.
Okay.
Oh.
So, are you investigating the body to see what might have done that, or are you looking generally for traps?
I am looking generally for traps and particularly concentrating on the floor and the ceiling.
Okay. You look pretty thoroughly, having some experience with where floor and ceiling traps might be, And so you're pretty confident that there are no traps in this immediate vicinity.
Okay.
Might have just been left there to spook people.
Of
And is this
it is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
how fresh is that body?
That's actually what I was going to point out. Relatively fresh. A couple of days, maybe.
Okay.
More than that.
I want to cast detect magic.
Okay. You do not detect any magic in your immediate vicinity except for whatever magic items you guys might have on you.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to lean down and I'm going to search the dude.
Okay. You search him, and he does not have anything on him. He has pretty sort of, ratty leathers. And if he had any kind of like a coin pouch or something, it's already been taken by someone else. But definitely whatever killed him was a, blunt force trauma to the head in a way that did not leave his head the same shape it was before.
Sad. Damn it. Poor guy.
Well, let's keep going. Let's keep going and see what happens.
Okay. Just around the next corner.
Which way does that corner go?
So it turns south again after only 20 feet or so.
Right. Okay, got that one.
And once it makes that turn, you see almost immediately what would have been a dead end, except that there is a pile of rubble around the opening of a 5-foot wide, 5-foot high tunnel. And in fact, sitting up atop the pile of rubble are 3 pickaxes and 2 shovels. So clearly a tunnel has been dug into the wall of the dungeon here.
Huh. Okay. Why don't you poke your nose down that hole? Damn it.
I mean, you could say please. Unless you're paying me. But then she goes.
All right.
Sticks her nose in the hole because it sounds fun.
Yeah. So you can't see very far from here because the tunnel clearly curves back and forth a bit. But the tunnel is otherwise clear. Hastily carved in a bit of a squeeze for you guys, but you could all fit through.
Well, if it's 5 feet by 5 feet, that's not. You have to bend over a little bit, but it's not like we're crawling on a boat.
I just mean you couldn't run full speed through it. You'd have to be kind of crouching through.
Is it dug through rock or soil or?
Well, the wall was rock, so it definitely had to go through that, and then after that, it's kind of rock and soil.
Okay. All right. Well, let's continue down that.
All right. So, as you are coming through this tunnel, who's first? Oh, yes, it is. I just got a message. Is it okay for Chu to join? And the answer is yes, it is. Let's have him join.
Okay, let me get him. Let me
Does
make
he
sure
have
that's where he is. I don't
have
know
a
if he's his
character
computer.
ready?
I believe he does. He's
Okay,
got one
great.
already in D&D Beyond. It's just not in your.
Okay, no,
Little
that's fine.
realm.
I'm not too worried about it this time for now. So.
Okay. Give him a few minutes and he'll send you a message when he's locked and loaded.
Great.
I just wanted to make sure he should be working towards that.
Well, this is definitely the sort of adventure where it's easy to just run across some other person doing their own adventure through the dungeon.
Sweet.
So, are you first through the tunnel? Damn it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So it approximately goes about 20 feet south, and then kind of curves around to the east a little bit and goes approximately 40 feet in that direction before emerging from the north end of another room. It goes back and forth a little bit. It's not at right angles. That's why I say approximately. But as it emerges into this next room, it's coming out right behind a statue. and the statue is half buried in stone debris from, this tunnel being dug. But it appears to be the headless stone statue of a nude woman, and it's half buried in the rubble. And that's that.
Okay.
So you emerge a little bit off the ground, coming out of the tunnel.
And can I do a check to see what's in the room? Make sure there's
Yeah.
nothing.
Make a perception check.
17.
Okay. Yeah, you can see past the statue. This room is about 20 feet wide and extends about 40 feet to the south. And on the left-hand side, so the east wall, on the other end of the room, there is a double set of double doors. And there is a single door on the west wall opposite them.
Anything besides the doors
Nope.
and the
It's
statue?
empty otherwise.
Well, I'm going to let them know what I see and that it seems to be safe to come forward.
Okay, let's go through.
All right. So as you emerge from the tunnel, you can kind of clamber down a little bit the pile of debris. And so you are left standing in the middle of the room. You can see, again, as I described, sort of half buried up to its waist is a statue minus the head, which was broken off at some point, of a nude woman. And then the two doors.
All right, somebody's not an art lover. I'll go down and look over those double doors.
Okay. So they are wooden doors with iron bands.
Uh-huh. I'll examine it carefully.
Okay. Go ahead.
Perception check
Okay.
16.
They do not appear to be locked. You don't detect anything unusual about them. They seem to be ordinary doors.
Okay. Hinges on this side or the opposite side?
They would open towards you, if that's what you mean.
Okay, so the hinges are on this side. They would open towards
Yeah.
you. Okay. All right. Any reason not to go through these?
No reason. Let's go.
Yep.
Okay. We'll pull open the door.
Okay. So on the other side of the doors, you see a tunnel that goes straight about 50 feet, but also another direction that you can turn right and go about 30 feet to the south. So you can go 50 feet east or 30 feet south. The southern direction looks like it opens into another hallway that goes both directions after that.
Okay.
And there you see dim light flickering like from candles at the end of that hallway. The other direction is dark and curves to the north at the end of 50 feet.
Okay. So the one that goes east bends north,
Yes,
and the one that goes south has a T intersection about 30 feet down.
goes
And-
east and west.
That goes east and west, and one of those directions looks like it might have some flickering light.
That's the southern direction. No, so the southern hallway, the hallway that goes east and west, that the light is all in there. It's not one direction or the other. It's
Okay. All right. Well, light is good. Let's go that way.
all right. So
So
you
we'll go down to the T intersection and
proceed
have a
to the
look.
south. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so these tunnels continue to be they're about 10 feet wide, 10 feet high, and then as you emerge into this T, you see a couple of things. One is that the candle is brightly lit by flickering tallow candles that float in shallow niches along the walls, and they are at about 20-foot intervals, but alternating on each side. So there's a candle every 10 feet, but it alternates which side it's on. And the hallway extends 50 feet to the east before turning south, and then extends what looks like about 80 feet to the west before the candles finish. And then from there, there's another intersection, but you probably can't really see all the directions yet from there. But other notable thing about this corridor is, compared to the tunnels that you've been in, it's kind of conspicuously free of dust and debris, like it's been swept.
Okay. I suppose that's. I have no idea what that's a sign of. Let's go.
Damn
Let's
it.
go east. What?
Dammit wants to cast Detect Magic again.
Okay. You definitely pick up magic on the candles, and you get the impression that the candles are magic, both in the magic that allows them to continue burning without burning out, melting all the way down, and the magic that keeps them floating. But that's all you detect in your immediate vicinity here.
Okay, nothing about the clean floor. There's no, I can't see any. Okay. Nothing, guys. I don't see a thing.
Okay.
All right.
So
Let's
you
go-
keep detect magic up for 10 minutes, by the way, if you.
Oh, let me do that then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You used it. Remind me where you used it before.
We were.
The goblin. The goblin.
The goblin.
bottle.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say if you want, you can be at the tail end of the first one and not have it for much more, or you can have just cast the second one.
I'll just cast it now again.
Okay, so
I'll just
you
cast
have
it now.
you have just now cast it for a second time. All right, so you have 10 minutes of it.
Cool.
But yes, the floor is clean, but displays no evidence of magic effect on it. I will note that something you guys know about the lore of Undermountain is that it was created and it was a number of different things owned by different groups of people over the years, but of late there is the Mad Mage Hallister had taken it over and expanded it to be this enormous, multi-layered, huge, incredible thing. And so there is some amount of magic that just kind of permeates the whole place, but it's not really like it's sort of like background radiation here. You can't really tell anything about that, but you can also detect any distinct magic. So you sense it on the candles, but not the floor.
All right. So let's go to that intersection to the east that turns south again.
All right. So as you are making your way in that direction, the candles continue. You reach the end where it turns south, and it proceeds south for 20 feet before turning to the east again.
Okay.
And then if you continue following that direction, it goes for another 80 feet there and then turns to the north. And once you reach the end of that, about 20 feet after turning north, the tunnel comes to a dead end, and mounted on the north wall is what looks like an enormous mirror. And it's got a frame that looks like a doorway. And worked into the mirror's stone frame is the graven image of a human wizard wielding a wand. And
Wow.
because you've got detect magic still up, that thing is super magic.
Right. I want to go over and look at it.
The magic school that it's from, I'm not always as good at deciding which one it should be, but you get the feeling that this is for transportation. That is what its magic is intended to do. So it's, you look in the mirror and you see yourself in it. The reflection is unremarkable, meaning it's what you would expect to see.
Shall we hold hands and go through just in case we don't get separated?
Yeah.
I think it's a fine thing to do. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Damn
I,
it,
I,
fine.
a spec reel on the back of the head. You know not to say that. You know better.
This is the first dungeon I've ever been in. I don't know.
I imagine like a sudden, after the night of Tall Tales, saying that, I think probably I can imagine Dammit and Luke are both kind of turning like, wait, what?
What? Pardon?
Yeah.
All the people I've ever beaten up have been above ground so far.
All right. So you're going through together? Is that the idea?
Yeah, going through
Yeah.
All
all
right.
together, yes.
You all link arms and then together in unison take a step forward and all bonk your faces on the mirror.
Damn it! Real.
There are little grease marks of your nose prints, but over a few seconds they fade.
Naturally.
Huh. Well, that means it's got to go someplace interesting. I'm going to examine this frame and look for things like runes or gemstones or controls or anything like that that might indicate some way to make it do things.
You look over the frame pretty carefully, and the only thing that's really apparent on it is just that the carved image of the human wizard holding a wand.
What was the name of the guy who built this place, or at least was the last one to bang around down here? I'm wondering if saying his name might activate this thing.
It was Mad Mage. I don't remember.
Started with an H, I think.
I'll say it's Hallister just because that's kind of common knowledge amongst anyone who cares about Undermountain.
We should have
Hallister!
paid attention.
Say his name and see if, and then touch the surface of the mirror.
You say Hollister strongly and proudly, and you hear your echo of your voice come back to you after a little while. Hollister. Nothing happens.
All right. Well, so much for that idea. You guys got any ideas on how we might be able to make this thing work? Because now that it didn't let us through, I'm really interested.
Huh.
Is there anything in the room with us?
It's just a dead end
Other than-
corridor.
Yeah,
Mess.
just the floating candles.
Is there anything around it that looks like it might be like a pressure plate or a key or a lever or something?
Make an investigation check or a perception check.
Investigation. Is that better? 16.
You don't find anything.
Okay.
You get. I think it may. Well, never mind. I'm not going to tell you what you guys assume about it. You don't. You did not detect any unusual, like, any mechanisms. It might suggest that because it is specifically a magical means of transportation, that it might not have a mechanical means of operating it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go find someplace else to make trouble.
All right.
All right, we go back the other way.
Yep. And we'll go back to that candle corridor and go west instead of east.
Okay. So as you, hang on. Okay, yeah. So let's bring in Chooch.
Okay.
So we'll say that he came down not long after you guys. Let's see if I can get him added without causing too much disruption here. All right. And we'll get him on here.
There we go.
All right, now let me get you added so people on the stream can see you. Hello and welcome,
Thank you.
everybody. If you didn't know, this is Chooch Schubert. And who are you playing tonight, Chooch?
Tonight I am playing a drifting snowflake, Drift to his friends, who's a Tabaxi bard.
Nice.
All right, so here's how I think we're going to handle that. Chooch, you were hanging out at the Yawning Portal, and the Yawning Portal is notable for having a big well in the middle of it that leads down into an infamous dungeon. And the barkeep who got rich going down into that dungeon charges people 1 gold each to be lowered down into that well to do their own treasure seeking. Now, I think after a night of drunken revelry, you watched 3 others choose to do that. And I don't know, maybe you felt inspired as a result, and so you took a little bit of time to prepare your gear because you hadn't been with them and you're hurrying after them to follow.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll I think we'll just say that as everyone else has been, as you are backtracking, he has now caught up with you. And so, Drift, as you have, you descended in, you went through a hallway that had some demon carvings, a room that had some pillars. You passed a little dead goblin, went through a little tunnel, past a naked woman statue. Now you're in a hallway filled with magic floaty candles.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn it, who's this guy?
Hello there. Hi. I couldn't help but overhear your really adventurous spirits. I thought I might see what you're up to.
Did you bring any
Well,
wine?
so far, a whole lot of nothing. I have not had anything to hit the entire time we've been down here. I'm getting disappointed. I'm starting to think I've wasted my money. So let's look down here.
All right, so you're continuing to the west then,
West.
in the same
Yes.
corridor. So
Yes.
you go about 80 feet, and then you realize that at that point there's an intersection where on the north wall there is another door. To the west, the tunnel continues another 30 feet or so with no candles, but then seems to have a dead end. And then it also goes south where about 50 feet to the south in a dark corridor, you see there is at least one opening, and it continues further south. That's probably all you can see from the intersection.
But there's a door here, right?
Yeah.
There's a door. Okay. We're going to go through that door. Take a look at it, see which way it opens, in or out.
It opens towards you into the intersection.
Okay. Let's pull it open.
You place your hand on the pull handle,
Latch.
the latch, and you open the door to reveal an empty 10-foot closet.
Ah! I am irked!
Of note, this closet on the other side of the door is not swept clean like the other hallway was, like the rest of the hallway. So there's dust and stuff on the floor in there.
So I'm going to head over there and look around.
All right. You look around, and I'm not even going to make you do a check because there's nothing in there. It's an empty room.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing but a...
Wow. So not so much with the adventurous.
Yeah. Well, let's go down that southern corridor.
All right. Who's going first?
I am.
Okay. So you can see with your superior dark vision that the whole hallway is about 100 feet down going to the south, and there are 2 exits to the east, one about halfway down and then one at the far end.
Got a preference on which door, guys?
Closest one's better to me.
Do I detect any magical badness on the door before I open it?
There's no door. It's just an opening.
Oh, then I'm
The
just
hallway
gonna.
turns, yeah. All right. And so looking in that first hallway, you see it goes about 90 feet before turning to the south again.
This place.
Uh, new guy, got any wine?
Um, um,
I'm
let
sobering
me.
up. I get mean when I'm sober.
Oh no, we don't want that. I can. I have no wine.
Damn it!
All right.
Damn it! Let's go.
So you take that pathway, that first pathway to the east.
Sure.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So you continue that 90 feet, and after turning south, after about 30 feet, it's another T intersection, so you can go east and west again from there.
Damn it! Just looks surreal now. Which way?
East, because the west probably goes back to those corridor we were just in.
East we go.
Yep.
Make an intelligence check. Anyone who wants to.
I got a 2, so.
Okay.
17.
17.
21.
Oh, yeah. So,
You're welcome, boys. You're welcome.
yeah. So
Yep.
I think a couple of you would realize that at the very least, there's something slightly more complicated because the pathway that would go to the west is not far enough to the south to just completely line up with the other opening of the other corridor. But what I'm going to say is, as you proceed to explore this section of the hallway, what you find ultimately is, after a couple of more turns, you find 2 dead ends where the debris has crumbled the tunnel into impassability. And so basically, after exploring a couple of those directions, you kind of have no choice but to turn back from this direction. But who's the first heading back?
I'll take the lead still.
Okay.
Yep.
What is your passive perception, damn it?
I really glad I chose that name. I'm enjoying
It was
that.
That is
absolute genius.
Thank you. I
It
was
really
waiting.
is.
15.
15. Okay. You are frustrated by finding dead ends and not encountering any of the adventure or treasure you were kind of hoping for so far, at least. And so you are occupied by it, but you have been trained from a very early age as a drow to not let your situational awareness be disrupted by being distracted by things. You need to stay aware of your surroundings as when you grow up in the Underdark. And so as a result, even though you're frustrated and you're grumpy about being sober, you manage to stop yourself just before you walk face first into what at first looks transparent and now is apparently just translucent. The entire hallway is filled with a clearish substance. And we're rolling initiative.
Yay!
Aw, 7.
Clearish substance.
7, damn it.
19.
All right, hold on. I'm going to need to ask you again in a second.
Okay.
If you need someone to manage initiative, I've got index cards here.
That would be fantastic, actually. Please do.
Okay.
So, yeah, the initiative for your adversary here is 4.
Okay. I rolled an 8.
Okay. All right. So Dammit has
Dammit.
detected that there is a thing there and stopped short And now we're in initiative.
What's Damit's initiative?
7.
Okay. And who else we got?
Drifts is 16.
Drift 16. And
Luker's at 19.
okay, you're first.
All right. So, Luker, I'll say that what is your passive perception, Luker?
It's also 15.
Okay, so especially now that Dammit has stopped short and drawn your attention, you also see that the entire 10-foot by 10-foot square cross section of the tunnel is there is a translucent film of something blocking it that she stopped just short of. What are you doing?
I'm going to poke it with a rapier.
All right. Are you poking or are you stabbing? Is this an attack or are you just going poke, poke, just like an investigative?
I am going to... Is it like spread across the hallway like a bubble?
Well, yes, it covers the entire hall.
Yeah, then I'm going
to go around it.
Okay, then I'm going to stab it and try to poke a hole in it or pop it.
Go ahead and roll an attack.
Okay, 10.
That is a hit. So go ahead and roll damage.
All right, and 5.
Okay. Yeah, so your sword does meet resistance. Not as much as like flesh would, but it's like stabbing it into mud. Like there's the sword bursts sort of a gentle membrane, and then there's like a little bit of resistance, and the whole surface of it wobbles like.
Okay.
All right, who's next?
That's Drift.
And let's see. Oh, got the back button. So let's see. Boing, boing, boing. That is. Didn't we just come through here?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
This is definitely part of the tunnel that you passed through from the other direction already.
I knew this was going to be the monster when I saw those swept clean passageways.
It's a classic. I've never used one.
Yeah,
I'm not quite sure what to make of this, so I look at the biggest person and give them bardic inspiration.
All right.
That's probably Dammit.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it! Yeah.
Dammit is sort of the most obviously armored for combat.
Right.
No, I guess Luker looks pretty tough for as a fighter too, right?
Yeah.
Well, up to you guys.
Yeah, I'll give Dammit inspiration, so you get an extra 1d8 that you can apply to an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right.
And I will hold my rapier to attack anything that strikes out at me.
Okay. So the who's next?
Real is next. Real casts alter self, and uses a sorcery point to make it last double, so it'll last 2 hours instead of 1 hour.
Okay.
He grows big, huge, slicey claws from his fingers that do slashing damage.
Nice.
But he's not.
The noise snicked.
No, it's more like a strorp. Dammit's turn.
Sacred flame.
All right.
I just want to see what happens.
Well, so this thing makes a dexterity saving throw is what happens, and that is not its strong suit.
That was my hope.
Yeah. It gets a 1. Not a natural 1, but a resulting 1, which means it has a negative dexterity modifier.
Nice. Okay,
So yes,
that's
that means it does fail. So you shoot out a blast of radiant divine energy, and for how much damage?
9 points of damage.
So as this burst of radiant energy strikes into it, you see sort of a strange steam and fume sort of erupt from the impact site, and there's a little bit of like a crater for a moment before it sort of. So you have blasted it, but after a moment, it's hard to tell. You don't see any lingering image of the the impact.
Okay, now it's the critter's turn.
All right. So I think that Luker and Dammit were the ones closest to it. Luker having actually stabbed it, Dammit having just come right up to it. And so I need the two of them to make a dexterity saving throw. Actually, I think Drift too, because he was preparing.
Ooh, 9.
9.
6.
6. Okay.
Oh boy!
All right.
Hence
So
the armor.
Drift, as it
Brace.
moves, first you get to make your held attack.
Oh, yes. Swipey, swipey. Yeah. Let's see, +3, which is 12.
It would be hard to miss this thing. You do hit.
Three plus 3, 6 points.
Okay. So what happens that triggers your attack here is that this strange membrane covering the whole tunnel suddenly lurches forward. Directly, you are able to sort of jump back to the side far enough to avoid it, but both Luker and Dammit are engulfed by the gelatinous cube.
Oh!
Woo! Friday night
Whoa.
fun.
So, what that means is each of you are taking 3d6 damage.
Ooh, ouch!
Yes, very ouch.
So you each take 10 acid damage, and currently you are restrained in a giant clear jello mold. You are restrained, and you cannot breathe. That is the gelatinous cube's turn.
Okay,
Can I
it's
ask-
Luker's turn.
Can I ask a quick question that I should have asked before? Can I get everybody's hit points? Their full hit points?
37.
Yeah, I'll allow that, sure.
Thank
Wheels
you.
37.
Luker's 39.
Drift is 33.
Thank you.
All right. So, Luker's turn.
Okay, so I'm restrained and I can't breathe.
Yes, you can attempt to escape by making a strength check.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah, let me
right now,
try
you're
to
like,
escape.
You're like basically trying to swim your way out of this burning petroleum jelly cube.
Okay.
So go ahead and make a strength check.
19.
19. You are successful. You manage to crawl your way out of the cube and end up back on the on the ground. The tunnel floor outside of the cube. That was your action. So you can still move if you want, but that was your action.
Yeah, I'm going to move 10 feet away
Okay.
to get out of range of this thing.
All right.
Does it get any kind of opportunity attack against it at that point?
It does. It is going to.
Okay.
It is going to get. It swipes out a pseudopod at you as you try to move away, but it only gets a 5, so
Yeah.
it
no.
misses you as you scramble away. You scramble 2
Okay,
feet
Drift.
away.
Drift's turn.
I am I'm already in the danger zone, so
Yeah, you were definitely
going
still
to-
adjacent to it, having just dodged out of it, trying to engulf you.
I'm going to touch it to use Bestow Curse.
Okay. What does it?
And it will make a, let's see, succeed Wisdom saving throw, DC 15.
Wisdom also not its jam. 11.
All right, so it fails. And
You have
while
cursed the
cursed,
gelatinous cube.
the target must make a Wisdom saving throw at the start of each turn, or it wastes its turn. Doing
Okay.
nothing.
That's a good
Good choice.
thing. Yeah.
Yay!
Okay. Real steps up to the thing and delivers a shocking grasp.
Okay.
Got a 13.
Okay. A 13 definitely hits.
Okay. It takes 13 points of electrical damage
Wow.
and cannot take opportunity attacks for 1
All
round.
right. Okay.
And then
Nice.
he dances back 10 feet.
I'm going to I'm going to rule that damn it, while in your engulfed state, you feel a little bit of a tingle as you take 3 electric lightning damage.
Real,
as
making me tingle.
the shocking grasp is conducted through the gelatinous cubes.
I was waiting. Give me a little dance
Okay.
going.
Damn, it's turn.
Do we have a shovel?
We passed by several of them on the way in.
As Luker did, damn it, you can use your action to make a strength check to try to clamber your way out of this thing if you want.
And I'm going to use, what was it, a D8 that
Yeah.
Bardic Inspiration?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank God. 16, 15?
That is a success.
Sweet. Thanks for that.
Yay.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Drift. And
So-
as my bonus action, I'd like to cast Healing Word.
Okay.
Which is, let's see, where'd it go? Sorry.
That's all right.
So that is, I'm going to cast it. I'm just going to cast it at the level 1, which is 1d4. Okay. So 2 plus, so 7 points of healing.
To
To whom?
I'm sorry, it's for Luker.
Oh, thank you.
all right.
Hey, it's the gelatinous cube's
Well,
turn.
so you clambered out. You used your bonus action. Are you using your movement? Because you emerged right next to it still.
I'll get an opportunity attack.
No, you
on
won't.
me,
Well,
won't I?
yeah.
then
So
let me
the
move
shocking
away.
grasp has prevented it from getting any.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, let me move away
Clear.
from it. Yes,
All right.
please.
How far?
Go, go, go.
I'm going to move. I'm not sure how everybody's laid out, so I'd kind of like to move just kind of like
So-
towards in front of them, but centered in front of them.
Right. So I think right now both the two spaces, proper spaces directly adjacent to it, are occupied by Real and.
Nope, Real moved away.
Oh, after your shocking grasp, you moved away. Okay, so
Yes.
I think Drift was right there, or did you move on your turn?
No.
Okay, so he's right there, and Luker is 10 feet away.
I'm gonna move let me just move to like the middle of where all of them are because I can't picture it.
Okay, yeah. Well,
That is spot. Like,
this is all
in their
theater of the
general
mind.
area.
It's fine. We're not using a battle map, so it's not, So,
Okay.
are you approximately 10 feet away, would you say? Or
Yeah.
okay. So it is its turn, so it makes its wisdom saving throw again due to its curse. 13, so that's still a fail, right? That means
Yep.
its
Yeah.
curse prevents it from doing anything. It sits there like a gelatinous cube.
Almost as if it were a gelatinous cube.
It wibbles a little bit.
Doesn't it also get another save at the end of the turn to see if it throws off the curse?
Oh, yeah, probably does, right? Or is it just that if
maybe.
it succeeds when it makes the throw at the beginning of its turn?
That's my guess.
I would guess it does. Like it's no
Remove
longer
curse
cursed
and
once it
Zulu.
succeeds once, so it doesn't do the throw at the beginning and end. I don't think.
I used the spell a lot for back in.
Wisdom saving throw at
Okay.
the start of its turn. If it fails, it wastes the action. It does nothing. That's all it says.
Yeah, I think if it succeeds and it gets to move, the curse is over.
That's no longer cursed, yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually say that in the spell though.
Oh, but it
It
doesn't.
needs a. Yeah. It's and it's it
Oh, so maybe
basically,
it's cursed for the duration.
Oh, okay.
regardless.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
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 Okay. That's cool. So yes, in any event, it wibbles. It does not attack.
Okay. Lucar's turn.
All right. Firebolt.
Fireball. Kapew, kapew. Make your
7.
7. 7 hits.
Ooh.
8 fire damage.
All right.
Nice.
Oh.
43. Yeah, so now that you guys have started to do some significant damage to it, you see that although it kind of manages to create an appearance that the impact is just healed, you see that it's actually sort of just, it's getting a little bit less dense as it goes. And so it's
Okay.
trying to stay the same size, but you are definitely damaging it.
Okay. Lucar's turn.
No, I just went.
Oh, okay. Drift's turn.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah. So I'll go ahead and do rapier. Why not? What a rapier. Whoop. Stop dropping my dice.
I stole his dice tower.
Oh no!
My dice is
I
going
didn't think he
everywhere.
was playing. I was like, I'm gonna snag it and use it for one. It's awesome. I want one.
With the 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And I think that's it.
All right. Next up.
Okay. Real runs up, zaps it with another shocking grasp. I got a 7.
A
I don't
7,
suppose that.
a 7 does hit.
Okay.
This thing is essentially a 10 foot
7?
by 10 foot wall filling the entire hallway.
It's hard to miss.
miss. Yeah.
Okay, 6 points of damage, and it can't take any take reactions. So I run 15 feet away again.
Yep. All right.
Damn, its turn.
Damn it.
And now you see how my build works.
Yeah.
But we're seeing damage on it now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are definitely hurting it.
I'm going to
It's an ooze is the category of creature it is, and so it doesn't bleed exactly.
yeah.
But yeah, you guys are seeing it struggle to maintain its cube-like shape.
I think I'm gonna cast Word of Radiance at it.
Okay. What does that mean?
It's burning radiance erupts, and I'm targeting the wall of goo, of course.
Sure.
Is make a Constitution saving throw or take
Okay.
2d6 damage.
Constitution, it's actually not bad at. So let's see.
Yeah.
Well, it rolled low though, so it still only got a 10.
Oh, it's a 13 to.
Yeah.
It's got to hit 13. So okay, 2d6. 9 points of damage.
All right. It's looking pretty weak now.
Okay, it's the cube's turn.
All right, making another saving throw. Wisdom. 7.
Not 15.
It continues to wibble a little bit more desperately now.
Lucar's turn.
All right. I'm gonna firebolt it again.
All right.
24.
Nice. Is that a
So
crit or
60
just?
No, it wasn't a crit.
All right. How much?
16.
Okay. Yeah. This thing is on its last cube.
It's last vertex.
It's less membrane.
It is barely holding together.
Drift's turn.
All right, another rapier jab. 13.
Mm-hmm.
And it will do 9 points of damage.
This time it does pop like a soap bubble. And it just splats all over everything in the hallway. It is super gross, but not damaging.
Really?
Well, I got to hit something. I feel better now. Let's go find something else to hit.
Start mumbling with a prestidigitation and sweep
All right.
the goop off my fur.
All right. So, where you guys just had this fight, it was just after the first hallway to the east in that one that had gone south. So it was only dead ends behind you, and you suspect that this thing probably came from the other direction and then came around the corner to follow you once you went down that hallway.
So there's the corridor we're in leads to a T intersection with the north and the west, correct?
Well, so you're coming from the east,
Yes.
and you can go north or south.
North or south, okay.
Yeah. And then, but what I'll just go ahead and tell you is then when you follow the one remaining place that you haven't gone in this part of the area is that you find another dead end, but you suspect that dead end is where the gelatinous cube was waiting. Mm-hmm. And then when it heard you go the other way, it followed you.
Right. Okay.
So, but basically you have now discovered only dead ends, and so going back to the candlelit hallway is the only path right now.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Well, we'll go back to the candlelit hallway, and I believe there's still some the candlelit hallway going west. There's still some more exploring to go in that direction.
No,
right?
it was just another dead end to the west and the closet to the north, and then that was it.
Okay.
Yeah. So got to figure out that mirror.
Okay.
Well, or there was another way to go from the double doors in the statue room.
Yep. There was the corridor to the east of the double doors, and then the other door in the statue room. So let's go east from the double doors.
Okay.
All right. So you make your way back through the candlelit, suspiciously and now explained why they're so clean hallways, and you proceed in that direction. So you go about 50 feet to the east from the double doors in the statue room, then about 20 feet about 40 feet to the north, at which point it curves to the east again. And then from there, so from that corner, you see that the corridor continues for 70 feet, at which point it turns to the south again, but there is also 50 feet down a way to turn and go north.
Okay.
Two directions.
Let's take that northern passage.
All right. So as soon as you get to that point, you discover that it is, in fact, not a new tunnel, but there is another bas relief there, another bas relief. I still want to call it bas relief, even though I'm pretty sure bas relief is correct, and I'm going to say that every time it comes up.
Take a drink.
There's a carving in the wall. Okay?
That's what I forgot.
Yes. All right. And what you find there is carved into the back wall of this alcove is a shallow niche containing a bas-relief sculpture of a nude, heavy-set man playing a harp. And lying on the floor of the alcove is a broken half of a 10-foot pole.
Pick up that broken half. Does it look like it was splintered from impact or cut off?
It looks like it was sheared by something either really sharp or magical.
Okay. Well.
Well, I was wanting something to poke with. I was wanting a stick to poke things with, so I will pick up the stick.
5-foot pole.
The the 5 foot pole so that I can poke stuff with it.
Sounds good to me.
You have a 5-foot pole, and you're standing in front of this statue of a nude, heavy-set man playing a harp.
I never care for the harp myself. I'll pull out my dulcimer and plunk a little tune.
Blink, 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 blink. You want to make a perception check on looking at the statue, or anyone?
Yeah.
Did you say statue or bas relief?
Well, okay, sorry, the bas relief.
7.
It's a carving, yeah.
It is a carving.
Soft 20.
All right. You find that there is an inscription carved into the harp in the carving, and it says in common, "Gaze upon me with bronzed visage, and secrets shall I reveal."
Bronze visage.
Bronzed.
Bronzed visage. Bronzed visage. Is there a mask or something?
Yeah, that's what I would expect.
Walls.
But
In here?
we might find that somewhere else. Let's check that corridor going south.
Okay. The corridor at the end going south goes south for 30 feet. Or, it is a 30-foot long, so like it goes 50 feet more south, and then turns to the east again, at which point there is a single doorway.
Okay.
Does it have a door in it?
It does. It does. It is a door.
Okay.
Okay.
Fact. And I guess it's closed.
It is closed.
I am going to search the door for anything out of the ordinary.
All right.
I got a natural 20, so 23.
Oh, nice. You are super sure that this is a
Perfectly ordinary door.
perfectly ordinary door. You actually, with a 20, I think you suspect that there is actually some minor magic involved in protecting the doors against moisture, so that they don't stick or get dank or rot.
Okay.
But otherwise, it is an ordinary door.
That is convenient. Let's open it up.
All right. So on the other side is hallways that go north and south. From the south, it goes.
Always!
Yeah. So you can either go 20 feet south before it curves to the east again, or you can go, looks like 90 feet north before it curves over, before it becomes a room that extends to the east.
You're not a fan of corn mazes?
No.
If
All right.
this spells the Mad Wizard's name, I
Oh my
just-
god. Damn it. Lathander, damn it.
All right, let's go south.
All right. You go south 20 feet, and then east 20 feet, and then south another 20 feet, and there's another doorway.
Which direction
Another
is the
door.
door?
The door,
Door
this one
closing off
door
the path?
opens away from you.
And it's to the south?
To the south, yeah.
Okay. I will examine that door.
Investigating.
Got a 19.
Seems like, the same kind of door. It's a pretty consistent construction.
Open it up.
Okay. You open it, and the room inside. Oh, there's a lot of stuff here. It's like, okay. Oh yeah, this is a cool room. So this room,
Results!
30 feet east to west and about 50 feet north to south. A little ways down on the east is another 20 foot by 20 foot like wing of the room. The apparent exits are the one that you just came from, and then another door to the north that's at the end of that other wing. But
Okay.
also, notably about this room, on the west wall, there is a 30-foot wide floor-to-ceiling map.
Oh,
And I'll get into what's on the map more in just a moment. But also in the center of the room is a 10-foot square open pit, and you can hear something moving around at the bottom. So that's what is apparent as you enter the room.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go and try and see what's making the noise. I'm
Okay.
gonna peer all sneaky like.
All right. So you can make a stealth check if you want. At disadvantage.
Oh, well. Who? Yeah, that's a 7.
Clank, 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 clank.
Yep.
You are easily able to see to the bottom, though, that the pit, you get the sense that it was once deeper, but now there's crap and rubble and stuff all on the bottom. That makes it only about 20 feet deep. But the sides are very smooth, and what you see at the bottom is a humanoid figure that had been pacing back and forth and now looks up at you, startled, and says, "You, please help me out of this pit."
So I just look back at them and I'm like,
From the top, without when you're just using dark vision to see, what I'll say is, it looks like a half elf, but something's a little bit off.
Okay. I will come up to the edge so that my light spell will shine down.
Okay.
into it.
So when he is brightly illuminated, you guys can tell that, other than the fact that he is standing there looking up at you and asking for help, he looks dead. He looks like he is a, week-long dead guy, except that he is standing up looking at you and saying, please throw down a rope or something.
All right.
Are you feeling okay?
No! I'm trapped in a pit. I was murdered by my friends, and I would really like to go kill them now, if you would be so kind.
You are dead. Okay.
And he kind of looks at himself like,
Yeah. Luker gets the rope out of her pack and throws it down.
okay.
what the fudge?
All right. Yeah, he climbs up the rope, and he just says, "Thank you. I can't begin to thank you enough for helping me. And if all of you are amenable, I would like you to enlist in my pursuit of murdering the friends that did this to me. The former friends, I should say."
Are they down here in the dungeon, or are they up outside the yawning portal? Because if they're up there, I can't help you. I had to promise.
Oh no, I am fairly certain. I am fairly certain they are still in Undermountain somewhere.
What do you guys say?
How much are you going to pay us?
I don't.
Yeah, I mean, what's in it for us? I don't
to offer. If I had any gold on me, it probably wouldn't have made sense for. Well, let me put it this way. First of all, my name is Haleth Gark, and he goes to offer his hand, but then kind of seems to realize as he extends his hand that it's kind of rotted and gross, and he kind of wipes it in his pants a little bit.
Terrified.
And then he just says, I came down here. I'm a servant of Joaquin, who the god of wealth, and so pursuing treasure is one of the highest callings in my line. And I came down here with my companions. We had formed a party named the Fine Fellows of Daggerford, but it would seem that I chose my companions poorly because we began to bicker over a share of the spoils and the directions we should go and pretty much everything, and push came to shove, and they shoved a dagger into my back and then robbed me and then threw me in a pit. And then I woke up feeling pretty confident that my sole remaining purpose in this world is to murder them, and then I can be at peace.
Okay.
So I'm motivated.
That sounds fair.
Yeah.
Did you get some supernatural homing ability? Can you tell what direction they're traveling?
And he kind of thinks about it as like, oh, yes. Yes. They are, I think, on the next level below us, unfortunately. So it's not, they're not in the immediate vicinity, but as long as you are on board with the plan of finding them and helping me kill them when we do, I will fight at your side in the meantime.
Yes, well, I am on board with the plan of fighting them, killing them, and then looting their bodies. So, yes, I am on board with this plan.
It's a deal.
Win-win.
All right. Well, I guess we've been hired.
We may take a few little side passages for some treasure.
Well, I understand it's
we're
elaborate.
going that direction.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going that direction.
Yes.
All right, so I want to take a look at that map.
Okay. So the map is an elaborate image that is a cross-sectional map of Undermountain, with clearly Mount Waterdeep and the City of Splendors at the top, and 23 hollowed-out dungeon levels stacked below it.
Holy.
Each dungeon level has its own stylistic side view, but there are no names or details included to suggest what each level is called or what it contains. However, 3 features stand out. Next to the third level is a bas-relief of a flaming skull. Next to the 16th level is a bas-relief of a comet. And next to the 23rd lowest level is a bas-relief of a tower with a tiny rune engraved above it. And as you look closely at these features, you realize that each of those things are buttons which could be pressed.
Do we want to push buttons?
It's very shiny.
Yeah.
Like a shiny button.
Luker is very excited about the fact that there's 23 floors of treasure. Yay! This is awesome!
And damn it, it's going to cast Cure Wounds on herself because these fools are going to get us in trouble.
All right.
These fools are definitely going to get us in trouble.
I can't wait. Okay, so that's 12, 15 points of damage. I mean, healing for me.
Okay.
Which is more than I needed, so yay. How's everybody else's health? I think everybody's good, right?
I am not hurt.
Yeah.
Drift, you took 10 points of damage?
I'm all good.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I'm only down 3, so that's negligible.
All right.
Okay.
So which one?
So
We have to push
as a reminder, there is one other door on the north of the, further to the east for this room. And so those are that's the obvious other ways from here. And so the pit, the big map, those are the
So-
features of this room.
All right.
Why don't we? What if those buttons speed take you down deeper in the dungeon, so that if you're some high muckety muck wizard who doesn't want to muck around with the easy stuff on this level, this is a way to get to the deeper levels really fast, and it's also a way for novice dungeoneers like us to get ourselves killed really fast.
Well, Holeth says, oddly enough, that was the exact argument I was having with my companions before they killed me. So because I was dead, I don't know what they decided, but personally, I was arguing against pushing the buttons, but I'm looking at myself now, and what's the worst that could happen?
I'm with you. I don't think we should push buttons.
Yeah,
let's go check that door out.
Yeah, let's. I'm all for doors.
Buttons.
Well, Luker has that stick, that 5-foot pole.
Yeah.
Maybe Drift really wants to use it to push those buttons.
I will give if.
Okay, we look the door.
Yeah.
It's another closet. We come back. We push a button.
All right. The door is another of the same type of door, and you can see that there is a hallway there that proceeds about 30 foot to the north before it sort of slants out to the northwest further.
To the northwest. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll go down that corridor and off to the northwest.
After you.
After going to the northwest for about maybe 60 feet, it does a right angle and now starts going northeast.
Are we going? Is it inclined so that we're going up, or are we going down, or
It's pretty
can we
much
tell?
level. It's pretty much level
Okay.
right here. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm having to scroll a bunch just because depending on which way you go, you're not necessarily doing the room numbers in numerical order.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, okay. So, as you emerge after another 60 feet or so of going northeast, you emerge into a larger room. It's about 20 feet wide at this point, but 70 feet, long to the north, continues another 70 feet to the north, and it's a bit wider at the other end. There are two tunnels that lead to the east from where you are, and then there's a couple of alcoves at the north end, and then at the midpoint, there's also a door that would go to the west. At the northern end of the room, though, stands a 14-foot tall granite obelisk with a lidless eye carved near its top on the south-facing side. And the bottom half of the obelisk is covered with dirty, bloody handprints. And the
Right.
wide alcoves along the side, the west, north, and east of this obelisk appear to be ratty blankets and rugs and what looks like maybe like pretty crappy quality bedrolls. And you can kind of see that as you're entering the room.
And those are those like heaped up, or are they laid out as if people were using them to sleep, or
Laid out. So,
Okay.
so there is a hallway that also would seem to be a dead end to the south that only just goes about 20 feet.
Okay.
Is
and-
there any kind of marking on the floor?
Of what?
Like dark scorch marks?
Oh, in the main room? I mean,
Yeah.
No.
Around the obelisk or anything?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, you guys are, entered this room, and let me check something too. All right. Okay. Yeah. So you're hanging out.
It's not scary at all.
All right. I'm going to search those bedrolls.
Okay. Are you avoiding the obelisk? I mean, you kind of have to move around it. You don't. It's not like a squeeze, but
Well, I'm not going to try.
it's right there. It's kind of the center of an area, and then the bedrolls are like in the little alcoves to the northeast and west of it. But that the obelisk is the central feature of that part of the room.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm going to avoid touching it.
All right.
Yeah. I'm going to avoid touching it, but I do want to investigate the obelisk just to see if there's any kind of writing on it, anything that I can see just by taking a closer look.
Okay, so Real is investigating the bedrolls. Luker is investigating the obelisk. Have each of you make investigation checks.
5.
It's hard to tell how recently they were used, but they look small and pretty ratty.
Okay. And I got a 19.
19? Yeah, so this obelisk looks pretty old. The as I mentioned before, this the only real feature of the obelisk itself is this lidless eye carved near the top on the side that faces south. The rest of the rest of the room, the bloody handprints placed all around the bottom are small, so like smaller than human sized, and the way they're placed, they look like, like ritualistic, like it's sort of like some sort of an offering or a ward or something. Like it's ritualistic of some kind. You're pretty sure it is blood too that the handprints are made with.
Okay. But there's no writing. There's no writing. It's just plain obelisk, except for the eye and the handprints.
Right. It is, and it's just granite. It's not like a fancy rock or anything. It's just a stone obelisk. What are the rest of you doing while the two of them are up in that part of the room?
I'm keeping an eye out. Sorry, to see if something comes behind us or.
I'm examining the room, trying to see if there's anything at all. I mean, the ceiling looks normal.
Yeah, the ceiling is high here, but otherwise doesn't seem to have any other features to it. And as a reminder, there is, at the midpoint of this room, there's a door going to the west, and then there are two tunnels going to the east, one at that same midpoint and another sort of the south end. And then at the very south, there's like a 20-foot hallway that looks like a dead end going south.
I'm just going to wait for Real to decide, since he's the one that's able to navigate us.
Let's try that door first.
Which door?
The door to the west. I think it's the only door, right?
No,
yeah,
the doors in the east.
No, so there's two tunnels with no door. So there's hallways, but the only one with a door is the one on the west.
So let's head that way.
Okay.
All right. So as you guys open that door, you see that there's a brief corridor of about 20 feet before it opens up to a 20-foot by 50-foot room that extends also a bit more to the north. So it's 50 feet to the east and west, but then part of it also extends further to the north. There is a tunnel leading to the north, and then at the western edge of the room, there's a tunnel going to the south. But just as you're kind of standing in the doorway there, looking through that room, you hear behind you sort of a gruff-sounding voice say in common, "All right, hold it right there." And you turn around and look to see two bugbears and 6 goblins standing split. The two of them split between the two tunnels to the east, and they've all got like bows and stuff like leveled at you. I'm not saying like you're surprised, because they're not actually attacking. They have called out to get your attention.
Gulp.
So,
Hello.
you lot lost?
Just passing through.
Well, this part of the dungeon is Xanathar Guild territory. Are you part of the Xanathar Guild?
No.
So, bugger off then. And then actually one of the other bugbear kind of leans over and whispers something to him, and then he says, "Oh, how about this? There's a pain in the ass group of humans that are trying to take over some of our turf on this level. We don't like what they've got going on, but we don't really want to risk ourselves. So how about this? You lot go deal with them. Free realm of this entire level of the dungeon, with the blessing of the Xanathar Guild." Otherwise, bugger off.
How many are there?
Two
bugbears, 6 goblins.
Yeah, so
I'm-
bugbears.
How about with the
asking-
humans?
Okay.
So, Dammit is asking the bugbear how many humans we're hunting.
Not sure exactly. There's 2 of them that are the leaders. They dress up funny for some reason, and they have a bunch of people following, but I'm not sure exactly how many. But take out the leaders, and the rest will run. But the lady leader has some sort of a monster. I don't know what it is, but it's scary.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Scary monster. Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, Drift, you can take it.
Hey, I'm just here for kicks.
Yeah. How about
Real?
our undead half-elf friend?
And he's saying, well, I'm looking to get to go deeper into the dungeon, and so it seems like we would have to fight these guys or the other guys.
Yeah. Yeah. If we, I'm going to ask the parent leader bugbear. If we kill these guys, can you tell us how to get down to the next level?
And they say,
Like, give us directions?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Awesome. Where are we going? To get to the humans.
So they basically give you some directions to say, after consulting back and forth a little bit, mostly it's back the way you came, but they mentioned the tunnel that's behind the statue, and they said if you kept going west from there, you would get to the other Xanathar Guild outpost. But if you go through the tunnel and keep going north, you'll get to where the humans are.
Okay. Well, it's a bit of backtracking, but we can do that.
All right. So we got a deal then.
Yep.
Yeah, why not?
The goblins and bugbears all exchange some words in Goblin. Does anyone speak Goblin?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, they all exchange some words in Goblin and then all laugh, and it's not entirely a pleasing laugh. But then they say, "Glad to have an arrangement."
All right.
Great.
Yeah, well, it's not like they're going to lose anything. If we win, these guys are gone. If we lose, there's one less group that they have to deal with.
Yeah. And actually, since I've got contacts with the Xanathar Guild, I'm fine with leaving these guys alone. Ordinarily speaking,
Do you bring those up at all?
no, don't, because I don't want to can't claim that the rest of these jokers are also part of it. So no, yeah.
All right. One of the bugbears yells at one of the goblins to escort you just in case the other outpost sees you coming and doesn't know the deal, so can vouch for you.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
not
Right.
going to help fight, just guiding you to where you need to go.
All right. So we will
That's
backtrack all the way back to that diamond-shaped room,
Yes. And
and
once you were in the statue room, there was that direction to the west that you did not go, and so
Right.
that's the direction they're saying the other Xanathar Guild outpost is that way.
okay.
And so as you go back up past the dead goblin, the goblin who's with you kind of uncomfortably skirts around that. And then you go back up that tunnel to the north to the room with all the pillars. And the goblin there points to the hallway that goes to the west and says, "That way goes to our outpost too. We just came from the Grick Snack Watch Post. That one goes to the, hang on, let me scroll back up to where it is, I tell you. The Warg's Eye Watch Post." But he points to the hallway to the north and says, "That way and to the right is where the humans are."
All right.
Right.
Let's be off then.
That way, right.
And then he also, as he's watching, if you give him one sort of look back, he meets your eye and then points to the sign that says "Certain Death This Way." All right, so as you go up the stairs to the north, you see that almost immediately there's a pathway to the right, but it also continues more to the north to a T intersection, going east and west. So
Okay.
this first hallway on the right, it goes to a doorway almost immediately.
Okay. And how far along past that is the T intersection?
Another 20 feet.
Okay. Okay. Well, then we will check out that door to the east, because I think he said that that was the direction we needed to go.
Yep. So the door opens into. Go back up to this room.
Certain doom.
Yep.
Yeah. So the door opens into a room that is about 30 feet wide and continues about 50 feet further to the east. There's a little bit of an alcove in the southeast corner that you can't really see clearly from here. But in the center of the room is an unadorned wooden armor stand. And there's a faintly glowing longsword stabbed into it. And then at the base of the stand lie the skeletal remains of a hand amidst bloodstains. There's also in the ceiling some sort of vents and grates in it, and you hear, as you enter the room, very distorted, very echoey sounding voices, and you gather that it might actually be sort of narrow vents that might go all the way up to some place on the surface, but the voices are incomprehensible.
Huh.
One of
I'm
you
gonna
guys
poke
want to... Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna poke this. I'm gonna poke the sword with a stick.
Nice. Yes, queen.
Dink, dink,
Poke
dink.
it.
It's stabbed
Yeah.
pretty hard into the wood, so it doesn't fall out or anything. It continues glowing. It does not
Okay.
respond to your poking.
All right, and nothing happens from the vents.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
From the center of the room, you can see that the little alcove in the southeast has a stone door in it,
Okay.
and it going to the south, and it looks like the non-secret side of a secret door.
Oh. Well, I don't think we want to go anywhere without checking out that sword, but I don't use them. So
What
one of you
what
sword
way is
using
it
people
glowing?
want to try it?
is it like a light spell or like a
It's
sparkly
dimly glowing,
magical
so
glow?
it's not bright like a full light spell, but it does give off dim light in a 10-foot radius.
Okay,
Why
I'll
not?
grab the sword.
Okay. Yeah, so you're holding it. It's fairly well balanced. You get the sense that it is magical in some way. That, I mean, it's glowing. That's one good sign. Swing it around a little bit. It's a sword.
Okay, so it was fairly easy, non-trap sword.
Oh,
It was okay.
Nothing
Easy
happened
to
when you
pull out?
nothing when you happened when you grabbed it.
Okay, is it just like? All right, so kind of sword. Is it a long sword? Short
It's a long sword.
sword?
It's a long sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so apparently this is not booby trapped. I have
Well,
a
at
long
least-
sword, but does anybody Drift? Do you want this?
No, I'm
Okay.
good. Good
Okay.
luck.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay, so
I want to
Hopefully
do.
it's not
If I do
cursed.
detect magic on it, will it tell me anything other than the school of magic?
No, you'll be identifying
it-
anything more than that.
Yeah, I mean it. Yeah, it would tell you that it's magic. It wouldn't.
Okay.
You need to identify to know exactly what it does.
Gotcha.
okay. Well, I'll just take it with me, and
What are
Next
what
time
are
we
you
have a short
doing with
rest.
it in the meantime?
I'm just gonna strap it to my back, and I'm not gonna like equip it or anything because I've got my rapier.
You go to put it and strap it down, but then you find you can't let go of it. You can't release your hand from the hilt.
Okay.
As in stuck, or as
You
in
do like
as
it.
in unable to
As in,
unable to
like,
bring one.
it's, I mean, she is not able to bring herself to let it go.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So there's your trap.
Okay. Well, that's all right. I can take a long rest,
And
and then I can.
Holith looks down at the skeletal hand and says, "Oh, I see."
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've got a long sword. It's okay. We'll see what happens. I can use this to attack. It's no problem.
Yeah,
All
well,
right.
So as long as you are holding the sword in your hand, there's no other apparent effect other than the glow.
Okay. Well, I'll just hold it over my shoulder, and we'll just keep going.
We'll watch for you to go bibbity.
yeah. Must be something wrong with her if someone was willing to give up a hand to lose it.
I'm gonna flick Luker on the ear and cast guidance on her so that maybe that'll help her at some point with this business.
Okay.
Well, it only lasts the round, right?
Oh, is
yeah,
that all it
Yeah,
is?
I think guidance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 minute.
I was thinking one minute. Yeah.
I'm gonna do it anyways. I just want to
All right.
flick her on the ear.
Sure.
That's fine.
Hope that helps.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have a look at this stone door.
All right.
It's like on a pivot or something, so that.
So you see that it actually has two eye holes bored into it at a height of about 5 feet.
Oh, okay. Well, somebody who can see in the dark ought to look through those.
I'll take a look.
All right.
Okay.
You peer through the eye holes, and what you see is the carving of a demon, and you realize that this secret door opens back into the room with the demon carvings.
Room with the demon carvings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was
Okay,
one of the
let's see
rooms
how that
you
works.
hurried through because you were trying to catch up with everybody.
Was
Okay.
it that one that the
It
skeleton
is
was pointing
not
at?
the one that the skeleton was pointing at.
Okay.
You get the feeling that this is the middle one on the north wall. The skeleton was pointing at the westmost one on the south wall.
All right.
Okay.
Well, let's. This is clearly not the way that they that our goblin friends were pointed to. So let's go back out, go up to the T intersection, and go east.
Okay. Yeah, so you see that this hallway goes a long way in both directions. It's like 90 feet in both directions. But if you're heading east, after about 90 feet, it has a brief T intersection where to the left, to the north, it goes 10 feet, and it's just a dead end there with a door going to the west. So to a room that's north of the hallway that you just passed through. If that makes sense.
Okay.
And then there's also another 10-foot jaunt to the south, at which point a tunnel continues going east.
Okay. Let's check that door out.
Through the door?
I'm going to actually listen to the door first.
Okay. Make a perception check.
17.
Okay. You hear quietly some mumbled voices that I think that you're not able to completely make them out because it's voices trying to speak quietly. But you
Okay.
get maybe just a little bit of a sense of impatience.
Okay. And so I come back from the door, give a thumbs up, and point to the door, and throw it open.
All right. You throw it open and immediately find yourself confronted by a lot of people. And in fact, you see, let's see, you see 10 people.
Holy crap.
And they have fangs and capes and they basically look like vampires. And they are arrayed in such a way that you catch them slightly startled because they weren't expecting it right that second, but they were clearly in position to make an impressive, appearance once someone came through this way. And although they are briefly startled by you going suddenly through the door, they immediately regain their composure, and the most impressive one steps forward and says, "Greetings. You have wandered into a very dangerous place. But should each of you be willing to part with 10 gold, we shall let you pass through this area of Undermountain unmolested. Unless, of course, you would prefer to pay in blood."
How much blood?
I have doubts about their actual vampire-ness.
Yeah.
Can I have some kind of perception?
Would you like to
insight check?
make an insight check?
Yes. My insight isn't terribly good, but I rolled a 16, so.
Yeah, these guys are total phonies. This is very clearly a shtick that they have put some time and effort into, but yeah, they're not.
But it's a shtick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, how about this?
There are still 10 of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, but yeah. So how about this instead? You clear out because you guys don't belong in a dungeon where the actual competent people are hanging out.
Make an intimidation check.
I actually have skill in this.
Nice.
But I only had a 10.
They laughed. They said, "We're going to ask you again. We are going to ask you one more time.
All right.
10
While he
gold
does
per
that,
person and you may pass."
I cast Shadow Blades.
Okay. Shadow of Blades?
Shadow Blade.
Shadow Blade,
At
okay.
3rd level. A misty dark sword appears in my hand, and I throw it at the guy.
Okay, so I guess we're going to roll initiative.
Yes.
I'll let you make that first attack, and then we'll enter initiative, but let's roll
Right.
initiative.
Okay. So I have
You
a
beat me
card
to
here
it.
for the.
Beat me to
All
it.
right. So yeah, if you're gonna capture the initiative again, that would be great.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
briefly describe the room.
And I rolled a 20, so.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. So they were ready, so it's not really a surprise. I think maybe what we'll just do is, you know what? I think they have to have the opportunity to roll higher than you, right?
Right.
Because they're ready.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So what's their roll?
Yeah. So you start to cast the spell, and that's what kicks it off. So what we have is 3 categories of creature here. So let's say Bandit A, is like as a category. They got 5. Bandit B got 24.
Okay.
And then Bandit C got 19.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a 20.
Okay.
What else have we got here?
So that's where everybody else needs to say theirs.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
7.
For Swift, for
Drift.
Drift, right.
Mhm.
Got a 7. Okay.
Luker got a 21.
And damn it.
3, damn it.
Okay, Bandit B is first.
Okay. You are beginning to catch your spell, but you get the sense almost immediately that one of these, a couple of these bandits seemed really fast. And they were absolutely ready for this to happen. And so the two of them rush you. God, I'm trying to. Hang on. Fine, that works. Okay, so the two of them rush you, and they don't
Okay.
seem to be armed. They just go to pummel you with
Okay.
fists. And so let me. And they actually each go to punch you twice each.
Okay.
Um, 6. So that is a 24.
That hits.
Yeah. Wow. That's a crit.
Oh no.
Yeah. A 16.
16 barely hits.
Ah. Okay, and a 12. So that's
Okay.
2 regular hits and a crit.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one does 9 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
The other regular hit does 5 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And the 2d6, the crit.
Uh-huh.
That rolled double ones for the damage dice, so that's only 6.
Okay.
Yeah, but still, these guys just they
yeah.
rush you super fast and just start beating the crap out of you.
Oh yeah, that definitely hurt. Luca's turn.
Okay, are all of these guys just kind of grouped in a bunch?
So I didn't really describe the room, so let me do that. The room here is about 40 feet wide and 80 feet, long, north and south. And inside it is 3 large statues. Standing atop stone plinths in the middle of the room, facing east, are 3 6-foot-tall statues depicting male Waterdavian nobles clad in decorative plate armor. Lying at the base of the center of one is the bones of some humanoid skeleton or something, and a white wooden staff broken in half. There is, from this room, another tunnel that goes off to the west that's pretty much close to where you guys came in, but like on the opposite side of the room. At the northernmost end of the room, there's a set of stairs going up into another hallway, and then there is another door on the western side of the room that's farther north from you. So, okay. There's 2 doors. There's the one that you came through, and then one that's on the same side of the room, the east side of the room, further north. There's also a tunnel that's just north of where you came in, also on the east side of the room, that just goes to the east. There's one opposite that going to the west, and then the one to the north.
How wide is the room east to west?
40 feet.
Okay.
So there's a lot of room here. This is clearly their chosen location for extorting adventurers.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So most of these guys look like they're almost surprised how fast those first 2 guys went, but they're also ready. And then there's the one guy who is the one who is talking, who's kind of standing in the center too. So, okay. Luker.
All right.
Right now, there's 2 guys beating the crap out of Real.
Okay, so I'm going to run up and hit one of those guys with a longsword.
All right. So
since it's in my hand.
Yeah, the longsword attack, just like a regular longsword attack.
Yeah, 16.
Okay. 16, you're attacking one of the ones that was attacking.
Yeah. A bandit bee.
Yeah. Why am I not able to right-click this thing?
And actually, I completely forgot I'm supposed to have 2 attacks at this level.
Oh, well, yeah. Definitely do that then. 16 hits.
Okay, for 7 slashing, how about 10?
10 misses. So
okay.
You managed to get a nice slice in on the back of one of these guys, and he sort of, snarls at you, and but then he ducks out of the way of the second one.
Okay, my turn. So basically, the Shadow Blade is now a weapon in my hand.
Yeah.
What I want to do is, for my action, cast Shocking Grasp, and then for a bonus action, swipe with the blade.
Okay.
Okay. That will not. I mean, that will not get dexterity bonus to my damage, but the Shadow Blade doesn't anyways. So
Okay.
Okay, so here's the 2 hit with the Shocking Grasp. I'm going against the one that's already hurt.
All right.
And that's just a 7, so that misses.
Yeah, 7 misses. Yeah.
And then the Shadow Blade, I will have a +6 with, and that's an 18.
18 hits.
Okay, 3d8 psychic damage.
Ooh.
17 points.
Okay. 17. Yeah, that is a pretty substantial hit, and you see it reel back, surprised by how much that hurt, but also given Luker's other slash and the hit you just did, this doesn't seem like a normal bandit to you, this guy.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, that's my turn. Bandit
Okay.
C's turn.
All right. So this guy... sorry, I'm trying to have... hang on, there we go. Sorry, I'm just clicking around too many things here. Okay, Bandit C, this is the leader, the guy who was speaking and looks dressed, he's got the fanciest vampire costume. And so he runs up and I think there's a little bit too, with those 2 guys clustered around Reel, he is going to come up and attack you, Luker. Mm-hmm. And so he's going to make 3 melee attacks. He draws a scimitar, and he has a dagger in the other hand. And so he is slashing at you twice with the scimitar, and then stabbing with the dagger.
Okay.
So let's see. First is an 8.
Nope.
Yeah, and then a 24.
That one does hit.
Yeah. And then the dagger is the dagger's only a 9, so he gets 1 good hit on you.
Okay.
And that does. Oops. That does 4 slashing damage. And then he goes to start backing away to be back out of melee range from you.
Uh-huh. Do I get an opportunity attack?
Yes, you can make an opportunity attack.
Okay, I'm going to slash at him with my longsword too.
All right.
But critical miss.
Oh, no! 4. Yep, all right. Yeah, so he sort of dances back out of the way after his first attack. All right.
Okay. Next is Drift.
All right, Drift. I'm going to guess that most of them, or all of them, are within the 20 feet radius.
Yeah, they're starting to crowd around. Yeah.
No, yeah, it's a 40-foot room, so yeah.
To cast the sleep spell.
Ooh. Okay.
At level 3.
All right.
Let's make sure I use my slot and roll for hit points. So it goes from the one with the least hit points up.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
38 points.
Wow. So yeah, as you strum the magic along the strings of your dulcimer, the wave of magic energy permeates the room, echoes around, and 3 of the bandits just kind of, their eyes roll back in their head and just
Okay. And anything else from Drift before we go into the next?
Yeah, as a bonus action, I will cast Blade Ward between me and them.
Okay, Blade Ward, is that around? It's around you, or
It's between me and bad guys, and it's just basically like deflects one.
right?
attack.
But it's just around you. It's not like in the.
Oh, correct.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Just wanted to make sure. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay. Bandit A's turn.
I just realized I didn't roll initiative for Haleth, your Revenant buddy.
Ah, right.
We figured he was just kind of hanging out.
Oh no, he is absolutely
he
on
said
board.
he would fight. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hopefully he can.
he got so he only gets a 9 for his initiative roll. So
Okay, so it would have been before Drift, but
okay, so it'll be his turn now then.
okay.
He'll go up and make two.
People asleep.
Okay. He'll go up and make 2 punch attacks against the injured guy that's attacking you, Real.
Okay.
And he gets a 16 and a 17, so those both hit. And let's see. Oops. So that's 12 and 13 damage respectively. So with those 2 hits, kabam, kabam. That guy who was attacking you that had already taken some hits you can see that that really rung his bells. He is on his last legs. He could not take another hit. Kablam, kablam. All right.
Okay. Then Drift has his turn, and then it's Bandit A.
Okay. So Bandit A is like all the regular guys, but 3 of them are asleep now. So there's the other 3 are going to. They saw they stare at you, Drift, and they look down at the other 3 guys that are
Just
collapsed, and then they run away. They run it to go to the north, the hallway to the north.
Okay. Damit's turn.
I'm gonna cast Beacon of Hope. And
What's that beacon? You know the one.
The hopeful one.
Yeah.
And then as my bonus action, I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Real.
Okay. Remind me what Beacon of Hope does. It's like advantage
Oh.
on saving throws or something.
Yeah. So Beacon of Hope. Sorry. It bestows hope and vitality. I'm gonna choose my crew here, Luker and Real and Drift, and then the dude helping us,
Haleth.
Haleth.
And so for the duration, each target has advantage on Wisdom saving throws, Death saving throws, and you will regain the maximum number of hit points possible from any healing that I cast.
Nice.
So let's see. Let me cast Healing Word plus for 10 points on Real.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, wait, no, 13 because I'm a disciple of life, mofo. It's plus 3. So 13
Wow.
total. Yay, I remember.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
So run that by me one more time.
You have advantage on Wisdom saving throws and Death saving throws, and when she casts Healing Magic, it's automatically the maximum instead of rolling.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Love that.
Bandit B.
Beautiful beacon.
Bandit B. Okay, so the one guy that's super hurt is scared, and he is going to disengage and also follow the other bandits running towards the hallway to the north. The other one is gonna. He feels like he could take a hit or two, so he's gonna take one. He's gonna take another 2 swings at you, Real.
Okay. All right.
And so he's using his action to do that.
Okay.
That's a 14
That misses.
and a
That's
7.
enough to me.
Okay,
Yeah.
so after 2 misses, he decides that that's all he really wants to deal with at that point. So he is going to also try to run, but he only gets half as far because he's not, or no, he's keeping up with his buddy.
But
Other bandits used their whole action, so.
But because he attacked, he can't disengage. So
Right.
Can I get an opportunity?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And in fact, I'm giving Holith one also.
I'll take a swipe with these. Ooh, I got a 19, so that's a total of 25.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, 3d8 psychic damage. 16 points.
Nice. Okay. And then Holith takes a swing at him too. And gets a crit.
All right.
This guy's having a bad day.
Yeah. Well, he did dress as a vampire and try to extort gold, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
not feel too bad for him.
You should have stayed at Hot Topic.
Yeah, so that's another 18 from Holith. So those are two
Nice.
pretty nasty hits, but the guy does continue to run, and so he makes it 30 feet towards that other hallway. They are a bit behind the other bandits that ran, because those ones used their whole action to dash.
Okay.
And so what that means now is actually that the bandit, the main guy is kind of, except for the asleep bandits, is kind of all by himself right now.
Okay, Luca's turn.
Okay. Meta, tell me if you guys think this is a good idea. I want to go up to the boss and cast Charm Person on him and try to get him to take this sword out of my hand.
You can totally try that.
Okay.
Okay,
you like that hand?
Before you find him
Charm-
and ask
charm
him how to
person.
get to level 2.
You can
Charm
try
Person.
charming it.
Charm. I think he's going to have advantage on the save because we started fighting.
Yeah, I think he would.
I think.
Yeah,
So-
but he attacked me.
Well, so I'm
okay,
just saying he will have advantage on the saving throw because you're already hostile.
Okay.
So-
I'll just do it later.
Okay.
I'll find another schmo.
All right. So what are you doing instead then? So there are pursuing bandits, or excuse me, fleeing bandits, fleeing, that are further up the hall. A couple of others that are not so far, sleeping ones, and then the leader who has not yet had the opportunity to run, but his facial expression suggests that's probably imminent.
Okay. Hold on. There's another thing I can do. Hold on a second. Let me read through this. Okay, yeah, no, that's not gonna work. I'm just gonna stab him with the longsword.
All right.
It's your expert.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make your.
All right. I got a 13 and a 22.
Okay. The 13 would miss. Yeah, and then he attempts. Yeah. So the 22 hits.
Okay, for 8 slashing.
All right.
Okay, my turn. I am. Am I engaged with the leader?
You could move to where you would be, but right now he's like 15 feet away.
Okay. All right. So I am going to go about 15 feet. Do I have line of sight on the fleeing, like, lieutenant level guys?
Yes. They're
Okay.
30 feet away.
Okay. I'm going to go forward 15 feet, as, chasing them, and I'm going to throw my shadow blade,
Okay.
which is something that it can do.
One is more hurt than the other. Are you
The
picking?
one that's more hurt.
Okay.
And I got a 23,
All right. That hits.
and that does 9 points of psychic damage.
Okay. You take him down. It strikes him right in the back between the shoulder blades, and he just goes down like. Boom, already limp as he hits the floor.
And then I will resummon the blade as a bonus action. And it is Bandit C's turn.
All right. Yeah, he totally runs. He totally does that Count Rugen in Princess Bride. Right. He holds out his sword and kind of and runs away. So you do get an opportunity attack, Luker.
Okay. And that misses.
Okay. So yeah, he just hightails it and makes it like 60 feet. So he is caught up with his other fleeing guys. He's pretty much at the stairs at the northern end of the room and fleeing. All right, who's next?
Haleth.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that he's gonna run up and try to attack the other lieutenant guy. With another couple of, fists of undead fury. That's a 16 and an 18. Those both hit. Oh, 11. So, yeah, let's see. Yeah, so he beats that one to, just kaboom, and the guy's kind of staggered, and then kaboom with the other hand, and he just goes kazoom and falls to like a sack of potatoes. And so
Okay.
he notices standing right up there by it too that and then he finishes his turn by calling attention that the first one that you killed is slowly sort of like changing, like his skin is sort of turning gray. But that's all he has time to mention at that time.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, well, it's Drift's turn.
So, got 3 asleep bandits, 2 dead lieutenants, and everybody else is 60 feet away running.
I'll let them. I'll look at the. I want to look at the grain. Can I tell
The grain?
the graying?
Oh, so you go up to those lieutenants, yeah.
Grain.
Yeah. You see, their flesh is sort of like it's like melting and oozing a little bit. It's turning gray, like the features of their face are sort of softening a little bit. And make an intelligence check.
Okay. Intel. No bonus. 13.
13. You have heard of creatures called doppelgangers that can change their appearance, and they revert to their generic form when they are killed, and you think that's what these 2 guys are.
Okay.
It might explain why they seemed tougher than the average human anyway.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So there's none others that are conscious, right?
Not in the room. Everyone else is running.
Just has run. Yeah. It's like
This is a big room, so they're not quite all the way out. They're sprinting.
the leader's going to be the one with the best treasure.
All right, so that was Drift's turn doing that examination.
Okay.
Okay. Then it's Bandit A.
Okay, so yeah, the bandit, those guys are, they're continuing to run. So they disappear up to the hallway to the north.
Okay. Damn it's turn.
Who's left in the room with us?
3 sleeping
3 sleeping
bandits.
bandits. And 2 dead doppelgangers.
Yeah.
I'm going to I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on the closest sleeping dude.
Okay.
Okay.
He automatically fails because he is asleep.
Asleep. Okay.
So go ahead and roll the damage.
I mean, what am I going to do? Wake him up and then fight him? 16.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Smoke throats, so-
Yeah, he is incinerated without ever regaining consciousness.
Okay.
Rest in peace,
Oh,
damn
it's
it.
That's one if they know where the second level is.
The bandit bees are already dead, right?
Yes, they're dead.
There's 2 more to ask.
Luca's turn.
All right. I'm going to take a pin out of or take that idea and run with it. I'm going to go up to one of the other sleeping dudes, pick up his hand, and try to get him to grasp the sword out of my hand.
Oh.
You are not able to let go of it enough to do that. You know, you can't get his hand around it with your hand around it, and you can't let make your hand let go.
Okay.
So we can just let that guy get away? All right. I'm going to start searching the
They were
the
gone.
bodies.
She said they were gone. You want me to go
Well,
running
no,
down
they
a
they
hall?
are running. Yeah, so you would have to pursue them down a hallway as they
I
run.
thought you said that they were gone.
No, they okay. So yeah, they were running away. There's a big room,
Gotcha.
and they have run out of the northern exit of it.
I bet they're running faster now. She violated one and I incinerated the other. They're running fast.
All right. Real is going to start searching the bodies of the doppelgangers. I got to find some treasure here.
Oddly enough, yeah, you search the bodies of the doppelgangers and find no treasure. They're not carrying like a coin purse.
This is unacceptable. Anyways, the bandits continue running, I take it?
Yes.
Do we want to drop out of initiative?
So hang on. Oh, never mind. That's another room. I'm just. Yeah. If you guys are not immediately pursuing, then we can drop out of initiative.
Yeah.
It's up to you, Rio.
Yeah.
You
So
could run.
Yeah.
you are letting them flee to wherever they're going for now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the question is, does this actually fulfill our agreement with the
No.
bugbear?
No.
Because these guys are
So-
way too stupid to be Zentarum.
They didn't. The bugbears didn't say that they were Zentarum. They said they were humans.
Oh, okay. Well, this might be some of them. I wouldn't say we were done until we've looked around a little bit more.
Technically, but I mean, who cares? We're going down.
Yeah.
I think make an intelligence check. Damn it! An intelligence check. Damn it!
11.
Dressing up as vampires is not Zentarum style. That's not their deal. They're
Got
too.
it.
Generally speaking, they are actually cool. Not. they don't need to
posers.
pretend. Yeah.
I don't think these are the guys we want, y'all.
Well,
No.
again, what the bugbears told you is that there were humans in
Yeah.
the territory. They did
Right.
not say Zentarum. Just
They
because the
didn't say
Xanathar Guild
Zentarum.
hates Zentarum
Oh,
does not mean that they were saying that the.
I really want it to be Santorum. but-
Well, hey, you know,
I'm fine with that too, but
so these
So
guys
Shadow
seem to
Blades
be
tribe-
their own sort of gang.
Okay, so
what are we going to do with that last sleeping bandit?
Well, there's two sleeping.
There's
bandits.
two.
Yeah.
And then there was the 3 statues and the skeleton and the broken staff, and those were the others
So we'll,
here.
we each hold one, and whoever can tell us how to get to level 2 first gets to live.
That sounds good.
All right.
So
You know
I'll
what?
get behind one and hold my my claws against his throat.
All right.
Somebody grab the other one. I've got intimidation skill, so I'll be the one who makes the question.
Okay.
And I'll just smack his cheek. Wakey.
What? Oh.
Right.
Oh,
Here's the deal, guys. One of you guys is going to tell me how to get to the second level, and one of you guys is going to die. So you pick.
Did you wake up the other one?
Yeah, we're going to wake up the other one too.
Okay. Well, is someone holding
So
that one?
I didn't want to interrupt, but I am holding the other one with my
Okay.
hand
So you wake up both of them.
crossbow under his neck. Yeah.
Make an intimidation check. Real.
11.
11. They look like they're not, immediately spooked by this. They're clearly taking you guys seriously, but they're a little too jaded to be so easily spooked. So what one of them just kind of says is saying, "Look, obviously you lot know how to handle yourselves. Usually we'll pull this routine on the stupid ones. This doesn't have to go bad. We have more guys. They're gonna be coming back. Let's just part ways. Forget this ever happened."
Oh, they're going to be coming back. Okay. No, let's set up an ambush. Let us absolutely set up an ambush. If they're going to come,
as soon as you say that, he does get a little bit of a look like.
I was kind of worried we'd have to hunt them down.
Or you could just show us where level 2 is, and we'll let you go.
And he kind of says, "Level 2. I mean, like, you'd have to get through those Xanathar Guild guys. I don't know. I've not been there."
So
ambush
which way are the Xanathar Guild guys?
And he kind of like he's sort
Somebody
of
told us
slipped
to
into the
kill
ground,
these.
and he kind of like from laying on the ground, he sort of like points, and he's kind of pointing generally to the southeast, which is the way that you guys had come from.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna
the
ask
guys
the
who told
one
us to
that-
kill these. Kill them.
I'm going to ask the one that I'm holding if he agrees with his friend or if he wants to live. Telling
He
us how to
says,
get to where we want to go.
like, present.
I have persuasion. I'm willing to roll.
Well, yeah. So what are you asking him specifically?
I'm asking him to show us how to get to wherever they said they want to go to, level 2.
Okay. And I think at this point he is cooperating in the respect of that sort of thing, because like he doesn't seem to care about this, because he kind of just says it's like he said, it's kind of that way, but the Xanathar Guild guys have all their freaky little goblins over there.
So do you have problems with the Xanathar Guild? Do you guys get along with them, or are you problems?
Have you met the Xanathar Guild? They don't get along with anybody.
We got along with them pretty well.
Well, we got our own thing going on here. Like, obviously, you guys were too smart, but not all adventurers are as smart as you. Sometimes it works. I'm just saying, if you guys, we do have more guys. They were making a tactical retreat, and so if you guys know what's good for you, we can just let it all slide right here. And if you guys want to go to level 2, you're going to have to go through the Xanathar Guild. You don't want to quarrel with us.
So Dammit looks at Real and says, well, so these are clearly people that we're supposed to deal with, and we might as well deal with them now before their friends come back, because they don't have any sway on stopping their friends. So let's just kill them now.
Sounds good to me.
So as soon as you say that, the one goes, Halia, anytime now. And it kind of echoes down the long corridor, and you hear the echo come back. No other sound at the moment.
Strike 2.
He kind of
So
says.
I'm just. No, go ahead.
At this point, he's working his mouth a little bit, and then he kind of like turns his head and spits out the fake vampire fangs and just says, "Oh, I hate those things."
Guys,
like, listen, look. You got quarrels with them? Fine, whatever. We don't look. You don't have to kill us. Look, we will just leave. We will go off wherever you want us to go. You don't have to kill us. You've got us down.
If we get the bosses, then you're right. We don't have to kill you. But the Xanathar Guild kind of hired us to kill your boss guys. We don't necessarily have to kill you. So
just makes it easier for us.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, we could just go. Like, we could just go.
Do we have anything we can tie him up with?
We've got some rope.
Let's
But-
tie them up. I mean, they're cowards. I don't really want to spend any weaponry or spell slots on cowards.
And he kind of says, "Yeah, total cowards. That's us." Oh, this is terrifying. There's tonight.
I'll
This experience has been so horrible that it's already worse than death.
Well, I'll
I'm
tie
getting
you up
really
with my-
pissed now.
I'm going to tie him up with my undead contaminated rope
All right,
and stick him in a corner.
all right. Go ahead and make a like a dexterity check for your knots.
All right.
If someone else is helping, you can make it advantage.
Okay. Is anybody
Damn
else
it,
helping
is-
me tie?
I'm still
Damn it is
holding
pacing
this.
and wanting to shoot them. So somebody should really do something quick.
Yeah, I'm still holding this other guy, so
Yeah, they should actually be helping me tie them up.
Well, they can't really help, but they're cooperative. They're not struggling. or
Okay.
anything.
Okay, if they're cooperative, then I got a 13.
All right. Yeah, you're able to tie them up, and you kind of dump them in the corner, and they're kind of like waiting to see what happens.
Do we see anybody? Do we see any sign of anybody coming back yet?
Make a perception check.
I didn't see anything. That was a 3.
No, you're too distracted by these guys.
Yeah.
Guys, I am. It is past midnight for me, and I'm
Yeah.
fading fast.
All right. Well, how about this? What we can just say is, soon, despite a low perception roll, you all start hearing strange dragging footsteps and a strange sort of moan, and then emerging from that northern hallway, and then flanked by a number of other bandits, is a strange sort of monstrous creature of stitched together parts who kind of goes, "Arrgh!" And that's where we will finish.
Yay!
I'll be honest, for a minute there, I thought Real was about to die. Like, okay, we're going to hit it. Night. So glad it's not an actual one shot.
No, I mean, Real. I put a lot of points in Constitution so that Real can take a pounding.
Yeah.
And I also gave him several defensive spells that he hadn't used yet. So he was ready to cast a mirror image if he needed to in order to keep from getting hurt too bad.
Nice.
And he also had a shield spell that he had not used yet. Because basically my basic philosophy is don't use it on the first thing that hits you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
and
Fine.
so he's with all that healing that came in, that he's doing just fine. Down a few spell slots. That's all. Anyways, this has been great, Christiana. Thank you.
Yay.
Yes.
It was a little frustrating with all those empty rooms and long corridors.
Well,
But,
I think, it is supposed to be a dungeon that
Yeah.
adventurers go into like all the time. And so like the early stuff, it's kind of supposed to have a little bit of that feel where you're
It's
Wandering.
it's kind of like picked over and kind of
Yeah.
half empty.
Well, honestly, if it weren't for you trying to make a map, which I'm not discouraging, I'm just saying I probably would have summarized a bit more some of those. Like you explore for a little bit,
Yeah.
but it's just dead ends in that direction.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But I was trying to describe.
But also,
that
thank
could
you.
map it.
But thank you also for doing
Well,
the
I mean-
mapping and for the.
Well, I mean, it
Initiative
really
order,
felt
too.
kind of old school to actually be doing a map based on the DM's descriptions.
Yeah.
I haven't done that in ages.
yeah.
Do you guys want to see the picture a little bit of what the official map says you did?
Totally.
Uh-huh.
So let's see if this will how well this works. So this is not easy to do. Okay, so this is where you started, and then come down around there. So this is that diamond-shaped room.
Uh-huh.
And so where you guys just were is right here. Oops. And then
Listeners will probably accurately guess that she clicked and it pinched and zoomed in.
yeah.
And
So there's the little tunnel with the statue room. This is down here where you fought the gelatinous cube.
Yay.
And then
So we've covered
wobble,
covered a lot of it.
well, yeah. First level of 23.
Then it
That's
says takes you
inspiring.
from what, level 5 to level 20?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a mega dungeon.
Yeah, yeah.
Yay.
Well, and it's designed to be a companion piece with Waterdeep Dragon Heist. So, like, the idea is that as a party, if you were doing a whole campaign of it, that you would not necessarily just be doing the dungeon. You might go back and forth a couple of times. And you were right that there certainly are sort of fast travel means that you sort of unlock once you discover the appropriate secrets and so on.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
All right.
That's
well,
interesting.
thank you very much. I'm going to drop out now and go get some sleep.
Well, not yay that you're dropping out, but thank you everybody for playing. It was fun, and I'm looking forward to when I come back on Wednesday. It doesn't sound like we have everybody for our regular so many levels, but I'll probably run some other kind of a one shot for whoever can make it.
Okay.
Cool.
Later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Christiana.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Well,
happy
it's actually afternoon now. It is now 2:30 in the afternoon on Saturday.
Wow.